Well, we couldn't help ourselves. We're back today to talk about a two-tiered justice system from the inside, like I bet you really haven't heard about before. This is Jack and GT from Fed Joints to Beer Joints, and we welcome comments about this session we're going to go through right now. Good, bad, or indifferent. GT, do you know where I'm going with this here? Because I'm not ready to burst out with it because there's so much crap going on.
Well, yeah, we got a little break from the Iran war with our old favorite subject, the Epstein files. And it's actually hit pretty hard this week. At the beginning of the week, it started with Ghislaine Maxwell, and now it's finishing up with Melania Trump coming out apparently without her husband's knowledge, giving a statement pertaining to the Epstein files that I didn't know them.
Yeah, she didn't know. Here's the thing about this whole thing that boils down. We've dealt personally with the Department of Justice. We're like on a first name basis with them. And I don't mean in a friendly way. And that's what shocked me. And I guess what kicked me over the edge was I saw a little video from Sean Ryan, and he's a famous podcaster, talking about the two-tiered justice system. And his points were, and I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff, but his point was, we go after all these people, we prosecute all these people, drag them to the ground, but yet with the Epstein list and the people, we don't even talk to them. We don't. And that's where I'm going to start at is our experience with the Department of Justice really truly is, it's like threefold. Number one, if they go after you, they will hound you to death. They will never leave you alone. Number two, they're going to threaten your family. That's one of their big things. They threaten your family. We'll go after your family if you don't plead guilty, come in and tell us what we want to know. And then the third thing is the media blitz. And they come out and they tell shit that isn't even close to being true to blow the story up wide open. They lie. Hate to break it to you folks, but they lie. Those are the three things they do. Well, in the Epstein case, they ain't hounding anybody. They're hounding the public to keep them away from the pedophiles. They haven't contacted their family because they haven't contacted the pedophiles. And the news media blitz is the opposite. It's a stone wall. So apparently we had the wrong antiperspirant on or something that haven't come after us. Wasn't that your experience with it?
Yeah, and you know what? I was referencing this Maxwell story at the beginning of the week. She's offered 25 people. She said, "I can give you 25 men that have settled with these young women out of court and gotten non-disclosures on it, and I want a reduction of my sentence." Well, Jack, there's people in there way worse than Ghislaine Maxwell, as bad as we think she is. That if you offer them higher ups, and these are all probably really rich, wealthy, well-connected people. That's considered a higher up to the feds. If you offer 25 of them, you'd be out. She
Oh,
did a
yeah.
couple of years. She'd be getting out, and she's offered it, and I didn't hear any reply from the DOJ saying, "Oh, we're very interested in that." Well, fuck, that's not been my experience. If people want to tell, they get out. And especially if you have 25 people higher ups you can give up and nobody's offering her, yeah, we'll let you out. I think it's more of a blackmail move against, she wants a pardon from Trump because the
Well,
DOJ should be acting on that.
well, think about it. Okay. Put that in perspective with this. When she was in the other prison and she said she didn't like it there, basically is what it was, is she didn't like it there. And so they moved her, and our now acting attorney general was an assistant attorney general, went down to see her because that's what they do when inmates have an issue. They go down to see him. Bullshit. But that's what he did to make sure she was comfortable and talk to her because she wanted to talk. Now she wants to talk about something that the Department of Justice could use, which they use all the freaking time to prosecute people, is one person saying, Joe did it. They arrest Joe. They don't need no goddamn evidence.
No.
Conspiracy. They used to grab them all the time. Did Joe goes to prison? Where's the evidence? Don't need evidence. Bill said he did it. But now
Yeah.
you got someone who was on the inside, wanting to give you 25 names, and our attorney general is on TV saying, we got to put all this behind us. Yeah, we're not going to, put what
Yeah.
behind you?
Yeah, and yeah, it's funny because if not only is she, it wouldn't be just an accusation. You're correct about if a lot of times people are convicted on an informant's testimony. If there's no other evidence except their testimony, and people go to prison for that all the time. And all of the stuff that she wants to give them can be corroborated because there's financial transactions that to back this up, and they could backtrack it, follow the money, the oldest axiom in in crime whatever solving, and they're not doing it, and I want to know why. I mean, I'm a pot dealer, and fuck, they went after me, and they didn't have any problems doing whatever they could to give me as much time as they could.
Oh, no, same thing with me. I was white collar, and they wanna know every crack and every crevice, talk to every person. It was nuts. We had, Dr. Michael Weiss on a couple weeks ago, interview, and, he had a $200,000 crime, I think is what it was, like that, 250,000. They spent well over $2,000,000 investigating this guy. $2,000,000 investigating a doctor on $200,000 worth of violations or whatever it was. Now think about that. So you spend that kind of money on that, but you've got a bunch of underage, basically children. You can call them what you want to. They're underage or children. They're juveniles. I'll call them juveniles, give them the benefit of the doubt. And so you got underage people, and we're going to spend nothing on it. We're just going to let it go. And the victims haven't even been interviewed. Now, I'm going to go back to my law enforcement days. I spent many years in law enforcement and investigations, and I was working with the Child Protection Unit for a while. And any case you had with someone under 18 years old who claimed any kind of abuse, you had to get your ass over there now and get on it. You were a mandatory reporter. School teachers had to turn stuff in. Ministers had to turn stuff in. Anybody, a nurse, or any saw any had they're called mandatory reporters. Boy, you better get on it. You could go to jail. You could lose your professional license for not doing it. Now you get all these victims talking to at the top of the pyramid. Here's cops and nurses, attorneys. Here's the Department of Justice. But apparently, when it gets that high, you don't have to do anything because they ain't done shit. Less
Yeah,
than shit.
it's looking bad, and I don't even know what to make of this thing with Melania coming out. I know there's a book coming out about Prince Mountbatten, Prince Andrew, we'll call him. I know he changed his name, but I used to change mine all the time. But I'm still Greg Thompson. Anyways, I don't know what this is about, but it's got to be something. She's doing a preemptive strike because there's got to be some dirt coming out about her because she's already. That was a weird thing. Nobody
Yeah.
knew it was coming. I don't understand it. And now, and her husband claims, "Well, I didn't know she was doing it."
Or he don't know what's doing anyway. Yeah. I don't know. The whole thing, that her state was very weird. And I said, that's kind of what threw us into this thing today to talk about this, because if you've ever been prosecuted by the Department of Justice, and I hope you haven't, because if you have, your bowel movements forever afterwards will be different. Let me tell you. And and if you have, you know what we're talking about. How in this, and it's beyond two-tiered. It's not even tiered. The
Yeah.
fork in the road left, and it's only one fork, one tine in the fork. The other fork doesn't exist. The bottom line is the extremely wealthy in this country, and I never thought I'd say this, the extremely wealthy in this country get their way with everything, and the rest of us get screwed. And that's just how it is. And there are people today getting screwed, and this stuff's going on. Everybody's okay. And don't any of the Trumpies want to come say to me, oh, what about the Clintons? I don't give a shit about the Clintons. Bring them in there. And by the way, you had Hillary in there, and all she did was step on their ass for them and run them out the door. Get Bill back in there if you want to. If Hillary's going to be there, what about Melania? Why can't she go in? I mean,
What
really, I
about
don't care about
Bondi?
what?
What about
Bondi.
Bondi?
That'd be a good one. I'd like
Oh
to
yeah,
hear Bondi.
she's
But the
out of
thing is,
office
I don't
now.
care about the Clintons. I don't care about the Democrats. I hate to break it to people. I'm an old Republican. I don't care about any of them. Bring them all in. Anybody
Yeah,
who's on the list. If they're not guilty, shove them out the door. But if they
and this
are,
isn't just a Trump thing. I mean, we had 4 years of Biden, and everybody knew about this. Nothing was
mhm,
prosecuted. Nothing was said. And
nope,
I mean, let's face it, Trump, all of these people that were basically talking about back when this happened, they were all Democrats. This
yeah,
is back before Trump was donating money to Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Yeah,
So they're all, it isn't a political party thing. It's a powerful getting away with a bunch of bullshit, and the rest of us, we don't get away with anything, and we pay to pick up the pieces.
yeah. Yeah, I dare anyone out there tell me that you've had run to the Department of Justice and they had the goods on you and you just walked away and they said, "You know what? Let's just get past this. Let's get past.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about this? Are we still I should have done I never thought about that one. When they got a hold of me, I should have said,
Uh,
"Are we still talking about this?
yeah, this was years ago.
Yeah. Why are we talking about this shit? What's wrong
Uh,
with you guys?"
yeah,
You know?
I
And
don't
ours
know.
is all money and or drugs. That was it. Had nothing to do with any youngsters. Had nothing no, I mean,
Yeah,
it's mine by and to me, everyone in that Department of Justice who's been complicit in this has committed a crime. That's their
yeah.
problem now. That is their problem now, you know? They have.
They've covered something up, and if you conceal evidence and you're a law enforcement, if when you were a cop, if you concealed evidence, exculpatory evidence, you get your ass busted for that.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're just concealing evidence, and if they can get Bill and Hillary in, a former president, former secretary of state, they were out of office. Well, why can't Pam Bondi go in? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if she's out of office. She's got pertinent information. But I think that's only temporary. If
Yeah, I don't
Democrats win the House, we haven't heard the last of that.
no, I think you made a mistake there. I think getting rid of her might have been a mistake. I think you could get rid of old, Bug-Eyed Patel. That's
Uh,
no big deal because I don't think he knows what's going on. Hegseth, I won't even go there. He has no idea.
yeah,
But I think Bondi might have been a mistake getting rid of her. She might be a
yeah.
little vicious coming back. You don't know. That kinda stuff there. Anyway, got anything else we wanna cover on that?
No, it was just had to get that off my chest. This whole thing's it just
Yeah,
sometimes it's amazing.
it is. Sometimes you say, "I don't wanna talk about don't wanna talk about don't wanna talk about," and they go, "Bullshit, this is crazy." Anyway, so subscribe and get a chance. Give us your comments. Love to hear it on this. Go ahead and try and beat us up if you want to. We're okay with that. I don't care. You're not getting any virgin here. So this is Jack and GT from Fed Joints to Beer Joints, and we will talk to you soon.